Weird American laws.
Imagine this picture-perfect, sweet tea-soaked Sunday afternoon in a sleepy Alabama town. The sun is shining like God himself is smiling down, the porch fan is spinning lazily, and the smell of fried chicken and fresh biscuits is floating through the air. A big, happy family and neighbors are gathered around an old wooden table. Grandpa slams down a domino with the confidence of a man who just won the lottery. Tiles are slapping, laughter is exploding. Someone yells, "Domino!" like they just scored a touchdown. Pure Southern bliss. Until a police cruiser slowly rolls up like it's delivering bad news from the IRS. The officer steps out, adjusts his belt, tips his hat politely, and says with the straightest face in the history of law enforcement, "Y'all mind putting those dominoes away? Playing dominoes on Sunday is illegal in the state of Alabama." The entire table freezes mid-slam. Grandpa's mouth is still open. Aunt Betty drops her sweet tea. Uncle Earl whispers, "He's gotta be joking." The cop just shrugs like he's delivering the weather. Law's the law, folks. Sunday is for rest, church, and quiet reflection, not slapping bones and bragging about double sixes. Yes, this is peak Alabama logic, one of the most gloriously silly and outdated laws still haunting the books. It is technically illegal to play dominoes on Sunday. Stick around because we're diving deep into the hilarious, head-scratching, and slightly ridiculous story behind this rule. Why on God's green earth would anyone ban a harmless game of dominoes on the Lord's Day? Is some poor grandpa actually getting a ticket for family game night? And how did Alabama decide that dominoes were a greater threat to society than actual chaos? By the end of this video, you'll never look at a domino set without checking what day it is. Let's go. Welcome to Law Tunes USA, the channel that fearlessly turns America's
Subscribe and drop a like.
dumbest, weirdest, and most brain-melting laws into bright, colorful cartoons packed with savage satire and non-stop laughs. Today's episode is pure Southern comedy gold. No dominoes on Sunday in Alabama. Outdated, silly law animated. This law is a beautiful relic from the golden age of blue laws, when Southern lawmakers decided that Sunday should be a day of strict rest, church, and zero fun. They believed that games like dominoes, cards, or any form of worldly entertainment could lead to gambling, loud arguments, bragging, and worst of all, people actually enjoying themselves instead of quietly repenting. So, some counties and towns passed ordinances specifically banning dominoes and other games of chance on the Sabbath. Dominoes, the beloved Southern pastime, got thrown under the bus along with dancing, movies, and anything that smelled like joy. The rule basically says, on Sunday you can fry chicken, gossip about the neighbors, and nap in church, but God forbid you slap a domino tile and yell 20 points. It's like the state looked at its citizens and said, "We trust you with guns, fireworks, and college football, but dominoes on Sunday? That's where we draw the line." Let's animate the glorious chaos for the cartoon. It's a classic Alabama porch scene. Grandpa, uncles, cousins, and neighbors are laughing, trash-talking, and dramatically slamming dominoes like they're in the World Series of Bones. Tiles are flying, someone shouts "Domino" with pure victory energy. Suddenly, a police car creeps up real slow, like it's stalking prey. The officer leans on the railing. "Y'all know what day it is, right? No dominoes allowed on Sunday." The whole table goes dead silent. Grandpa stands up proudly. "Officer, we've been playing dominoes since Moses parted the Red Sea." Cop, trying not to laugh. "I know, sir, but the law says otherwise. Pack 'em up before I have to write y'all up for Sabbath disruption by plastic tiles." The courtroom scene is pure satire gold. The defendants sit there still holding domino tiles like contraband. The judge slams the gavel so hard the bench shakes. "You were caught playing dominoes at 4:37 p.m. on a Sunday. How do you plead?" Grandpa, defiant. "Not guilty, Your Honor. It was just friendly family competition." Prosecutor dramatically waves photos of the game. "Your Honor, they were clearly enjoying themselves. Look at those smiles. That's practically sin." Defense lawyer, objection. These are God-fearing, biscuit-eating domino players. Judge sighs deeply. Guilty as charged. Fined $75 each, and you are all sentenced to 30 days of silent porch sitting. No slapping, no bragging, no joy. The what-if scenarios are comedy perfection. A church picnic secretly turns into an underground domino tournament behind the fellowship hall. Police show up. Even at church? Really, folks? A big family reunion where grandma pulls out the dominoes after Sunday dinner. Cop appears. Ma'am, put the bones away. This is supposed to be a day of rest. An influencer filming Alabama
Subscribe and drop a like.
Domino challenge on Sunday for TikTok. The stream is blowing up until the sheriff shuts it down mid-slam. Content terminated for illegal tile slapping on the Lord's Day. Kids playing dominoes in the yard. Neighbor calls the cops. They're having way too much fun on the Sabbath. Even if this law is rarely enforced in modern times, Alabama cops have better things to do than domino patrol. It perfectly captures the state's beautiful mix of Southern hospitality, deep faith, and completely over-the-top rules. It's a reminder of a time when lawmakers tried to legislate morality and accidentally banned one of the South's most beloved pastimes. Bonus ridiculously silly Alabama laws that are or were real. No bear wrestling allowed, still technically floating around. You can't play dominoes on Sunday. Priorities. In some towns, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. And don't even think about selling ice cream on certain Sundays in some counties. Alabama doesn't just have weird laws, it collects them like grandma collects church fans. So here's the final verdict with maximum sarcasm. Is playing dominoes on Sunday illegal in Alabama? Technically, yes. The old blue law is still lurking somewhere in the legal books like an angry deacon. Practically, you probably won't get arrested for a friendly family game, but why risk becoming the next viral Law Tunes character getting dragged off the porch for excessive tile enjoyment? Next time it's Sunday, maybe stick to checkers, hide the dominoes really well, or just move to a state that understands that slapping bones is a God-given right. If this story made you laugh until sweet tea came out your nose, shake your head at Alabama's logic, or immediately want to pull out your domino set, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Law Tunes USA and hit the bell so you never miss a new animated weird law disaster. Comment below. What's the silliest Sunday law or most outdated rule from your state or country? I read every single comment and love the chaos you bring. Next time, we're tackling another law that's so outdated it shouldn't still exist in 2026. Until then, stay curious, stay legal, and for the love of all that is holy, keep the dominoes in the drawer on Sundays. See you in the next one, America.